Hello boys and girls, today we're going to be doing something very fun, very cool, but very weird. Very weird. Cutting straight to the chase, you guys know that I'm a big fan of special effects, crazy sounds. I enjoy the challenge of taking those odd noises and making something musical out of them. Well, today, as you probably guessed from the title of the video, we are going to be experimenting with a very special effect called the talk box. But before we get started with all that audio madness, I would like to kindly ask you to please hit the like button on this video. It will help out with the algorithm and make me very happy. This right here, boys and girls, is a talk box. Essentially what a talk box is a small kind of amp that you can run a tube in, not dissimilar from this. Put it in this little circular black thing. I don't know what the technical terms are for these things, but follow me. You take the plastic tube, you put it in the black receptacle, and what it does is it turns into a little mini amp with its own speaker. Now this is a speaker. I don't know if you can even see that, but inside that black hole right there is a speaker that will play your guitar's sound and run it through this cable. And if you noticed, I have this cable. It's running through this plastic tube-like structure that you put into your mouth, and, well, you're about to see what happens. Now, the point of this video isn't necessarily to give you the rundown and the history of the talk box. There are better videos on YouTube that can give you the history way better than I ever could, and in more entertaining fashion, so check them out. Today, what I wanted to do is more or less have a little fun. See, I've never used a talk box, and I always wondered what it would be like to actually play one. Well, I got one, and we're gonna play with one. So let's have a little fun. I'm gonna be having help from the Alvaro today, El Alvaro. And that is what we're going to be using to mess around with this talk box. Essentially, again, how it works is it runs the sound coming out of that little speaker up this tube. And then you manipulate those sounds that are coming from that tube with your mouth to form things that should sound like words. Again, I've never tried this before, so we're going to see how this goes. Now, there's different ways you could set this up. I just have mine coming straight out of the line output of my amp. So let's turn it on. See, now it's on. You'll hear the sound coming from this tube. Not the most accurate representation of my tone, but okay. I can work with that, I think, right? Let's do this. Okay. All right. Maybe I should pull this up a little bit to get a little comfy. When putting things in your mouth, kids, get comfy. Okay. 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 A lot of saliva. Was not anticipating all that saliva in my mouth. Plasticky. A lot of saliva. Is this normal? Do I have an unusually salivated mouth? How'd that Bon Jovi song go? And then there's also like a Rage song that does something with a talk box. Wow. Oh, you hear that? Oh, not bad. If you're hearing mouth noises, I am so sorry, because I'm really close to the mic here. I don't even know if that's right, but it sounds right. Nowadays, people might be familiar with the talk box from Bruno Mars's hit song 24 Karat Magic. Fun song, but that talk box is actually being played by a synth. And synth sounds usually produce waves that are either like sawtooth or sine waves, but they're just more consistent in tone and volume and attack. So they're easier to, it's like a constant sound that's being fed into your, I guess, the cavity of your mouth for you to shape. Whereas with a guitar, the sound source doesn't seem to be as constant. There's a decay. And the decay isn't simply how long I hold the key, but rather the diminishing vibration of the string itself. What's that Frampton song? I don't even know how it is. I just know he does. It's called "Do You Feel Like We Do," I think. to suck in some of the saliva so it doesn't just drop on me. No dirty jokes or funny gifts with this one, guys. Let's have a little fun with this. We're gonna play a game right now, and I call this game Guess What the Rave Just Said. What I want to do is play a little game where I will play something and I will try my best to mouth it. If you guess it right, you win. What do you win? My respect and a certificate that says, congratulations, you know how to listen to music. Good job. Signed, the Rave. All right, let's give this a shot. Here's our first phrase. That's the first one. Second phrase. He says with a tube in his mouth. That's phrase 2. Phrase number 3. Those were the 3 phrases. Can you guess what they were? If you can, write it down in the comments below. Again, winner will get a certificate of some sort eventually. So this is me with my mouth absolutely closed, like lips sealed on the tube. And then I'll gradually open it. Other thoughts? This is kind of like a cool practice amp too. It has that application because you can still plug your guitar directly into this, in an amp and into this, and then like play at a very low volume. Because all you got to do is just like, you know, keep your lips wrapped on this. And you can increase the volume depending on how you move your mouth. And I'm clearly a novice at this, so I'm treating it like a toy, which is not good. It sounds like a guitar with like a low pass on it. Another thing I'm trying to figure out is like the placement of this, and it seems like the hardest thing about this is to not block the tube with your tongue when you play. So you kind of have to like speak with a relaxed tongue, almost flat on the bottom of your mouth. And you also don't want it to be like squished by the inside of your cheek, because that'll cover the sound hole as well. I'm experimenting with the placement of where to put the tube, and I'm not sure where to do it. I'm trying to like bite on it now and hold it in place, but I don't know if I'm doing a good job at like working it. One thing that I am doing that I'm seeing good results in is like opening my throat. And this is a singer's thing, but like singers know exactly what I'm talking about here. When you open your throat and kind of make it more hollow, you allow for the sound coming out of the sound hole to sort of resonate in your own throat, which is an interesting feeling. You could clearly hear the difference between an open throat and a closed throat. Here's a closed throat, and I'll go into open. A little cleaner, a little bit more resonant when I open up my throat. Spider-Man, Spider-Man, Spider-Man. It's fun. It's definitely fun. I'm not too crazy about all this saliva. I'm not like a neat freak or anything like that, but like, it's just weird. I will say, I am a bit disappointed that I'm not getting these words to really ring out. It's hard to get like a S or T or an F or like plosives like B. It seems a little limited in that the only way it could really work or get a sound out of it is if you run a distorted signal through the pedal. Let's try getting some delay on this, see what happens. All right, so I have a very exaggerated amount of delay going on here because I don't know if I need to dial it back at all. So we'll see what happens. Sounds like Led Zeppelin or something, just like, sounds like Dazed and Confused. Yeah, hypothesis was correct. It's too noisy. It's too much of a mess. Actually, let's see what happens if we get a less distorted sound from the amp. Ah, a little clearer. You can't really make a B sound. I'm trying increasing the tone a little bit. Let's turn down the tone a little bit and turn down the gain a little bit. Again, sorry for all the mouth noises. I am so sorry if you can't handle that. Carrying on. Hey, we're getting it. Another aside, it seems like the higher I go, the less distinct the sound is. The less distinct the words are that I'm trying to formulate. They don't come out sounding like words as much as they sound like the notes of a guitar being manipulated by like some kind of manual mouth-controlled wah. See, I automatically resort to doing like a wah sound instead of getting it to sound like words. I'm kind of doing it. So, final thoughts on the talk box. I think it needs more practice. I need more practice. It's fun. I'm intrigued. I'm interested. I'm trying to think of the context that I could put this in a song and not have it be kind of like a novelty, jokey kind of thing. Like, I think Alice in Chains did it well with Man in the Box. All those other bands that I mentioned, like Bon Jovi. I'm trying to think of a way I can include it into my music and not have it be kind of jokey. I remember watching a video of Carlos Santana talking about how every one of his songs, the licks, each lick, each phrase is literally a sentence from a poem that he wrote. So let's try to make it sound like words. Final verdict, it's fun. It's cool. Do you need one? I don't know. Do I need one? I don't know, but I'll find out soon enough. But I will say it is definitely worth checking out and looking into. I know I'm going to have a lot of fun experimenting with this. I'm getting some interesting ideas that I want to test out that won't be fun for you to watch. I mean, woodshedding is never fun to watch, trust me. It's the end result that's fun. But I'm getting some ideas that I would like to try out with this talk box and sort of put it through its paces, so to speak. And I'm kind of honestly looking at this talk box as its own instrument. I mean, I'm trying to learn how to play the talk box and have the mouth technique, I guess, to enunciate the words I want to enunciate while playing the guitar with the talk box, etc., etc. I mean, this is a new skill. So it's interesting. It's interesting. There are very few pedals out there in the guitar market that can make you feel like a novice, again, especially if you've been playing as long as I've been playing. This is cool. This is a welcome challenge. And who knows, maybe there's going to be a cool song that's going to happen as a result of the experimentation I'm about to do with this talk box. But I look forward to getting that done and getting back to you as soon as possible. You will be the first to find out, I promise. Well, children, that's another episode of me, your boy, The Rave. I would like to thank you for tuning in and watching me make a fool out of myself while attempting to learn how to operate this talk box. If you haven't yet, please hit the like button down below. It helps out this video tremendously. Don't forget to leave down in the comments below what you think those 3 phrases are. Correct answer will get a certificate of some sort in some capacity. But you'll definitely be cool. You will definitely earn my respect, 100%. And as always, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I will see you next week.